Introducing the P-Loc 2020, with P-Loc being short for pet locator. This is a pet location, alarm, and security system. The genesis for this innovation comes from an incident that occurred not too long ago where my two dogs decided that they wanted to bust through the front door as I was leaving to go to work one morning. And they took off on a week-long adventure. Now, during this week, I was traumatized. I was devastated because I had absolutely no idea whether I was going to see my fur babies ever again. I started canvassing the neighborhood and I checked with the local shelters. I contacted my neighbors. I posted bulletins on all of the road signs around us, contacted all of the merchants in the area, and did everything in my power to try to let everyone know that my babies, my animals, were missing. To no avail. They ended up coming home on their own. But this is the premise behind why I decided to come up with this innovation. They are microchipped, but the microchip does not help the owners to find the fur babies unless they are taken to a shelter or a veterinarian's office. At that point, the facility can scan the animals and they can find their owners, but it does not do anything. The microchipping does not do anything to assist the pet owners in finding their pets. So this was the birth, the premise, the genesis for P-Loc 2020. The P-Loc 2020 looks much like a regular dog collar. However, it's different in that it has a serial number that is registered to the owner. It has the animal's name embroidered into the collar. It contains a camera which records where the dog is, what the dog's surroundings look like, and it has a SIM card or a GPS locator device, which, when coupled with an app that is downloaded to your phone, can give you real-time location information for where your animal is. It also has an alarm built in so that when the animal decides to leave the safe zone, which can be set up as a perimeter around your home, the alarm goes off. Now, the alarm is a high-pitched alarm that will deter the animal from straying too far away from the safe zone. It's a signal that, hey, I'm outside of my safe area, I need to return. And it's something that can be trained, something that the dog can learn, that can be trained. And it also serves as an alarm for people around the animal to know that the animal is lost and the animal is away from the safe zone. All of these items are incorporated into the collar and can be accessed via device, whether it be your cell phone or a handheld device that is made specifically for the P-Loc 2020. With the P-Loc 2020 system, the pet owner can set up a perimeter around the home, which acts as a safety zone. And it has a dual purpose. It alerts the homeowner if there is an ingress or an egress from that safety zone. And by that, I mean, if the dog escapes the safety zone, an alert will go to the owner's device. If someone enters the safety zone, then an alert also goes to the owner to let them know that there is some sort of activity around the house that is questionable. That's the alarm system that is set up for both the safety of the pet and also for the safety of the home. And once that security zone, that safety zone is breached, the camera that is in the dog's collar or the pet's collar will activate, and the homeowner can see what is going on around the dog. Now they can see whether the dog is out roaming around in the area where he's not supposed to be, or they can see that the dog is at home, but somebody else is around the home that maybe shouldn't be there. And it's real-time activity that is recorded, and the owner can begin the process of either tracking the animal or alerting the officials to let them know that there's questionable activity going on at their home while they're not there. Once the alert goes off on the owner's handheld device and it's determined that the dog has left the safety zone, the pet owner can begin the process of tracking the dog. Now, keep in mind that there is an alarm. There's a high-pitched alarm that is continually going off so that the dog knows that they should be returning to the safety zone. However, if they continue on and perhaps get lost, lose their way from getting back to their home, the alarm will let others know around them that the dog is misplaced, that he's away from his home, and could potentially return the dog to a shelter or a local veterinarian's office. It also acts as a GPS or a compass for the owner to know where their animal is at all times and can track the animal through the GPS on the device and will ultimately lead them back to where their animal is so that the dog can be returned home safely and unharmed. The longer the dog is gone, the less chance you have of recovering the dog. And this is for all pets. I'm just referring to dogs in general. But once they've been gone for a period of time, it's harder to locate them. So once this device goes off, it gives the homeowner a quick jolt to let them know, hey, I need to act quickly, I need to find my dog, and both the dog and the owner can be reunited safe and sound. The second feature of the P-Loc 2020, which I touched on briefly earlier, is the security feature. And much like finding the dog once he's breached the security zone, This also acts as a device to let the homeowner know that the dog is close to the house, but the security zone has been breached, and there could potentially be some activity going on at the home that is not good. Um, the dog's camera automatically starts recording. Now, animals don't always deter burglars or home invaders. If they're like my dogs, they're just happy to see people, and they follow them around and wag their tails and are just all kinds of friendly, not realizing that the person that they're playing with is a danger or a menace to the homeowners. But the dog will follow that invader, and the camera is constantly recording all of the activity so that the homeowner can see what's going on. The homeowner can see, okay, well, the dog is around the house, but there's this person that's going around the house, because they're able to see through the animal's collar, through this camera, that there's something there. And, it could also potentially be just a critter, a a raccoon or a squirrel. And the security zone can be set up to allow for certain weights and certain heights so that it's not continually being triggered to go off erroneously. But if there is potential malice going on around the home, the owner can contact the police department and have someone to go out and investigate the home to make sure that everything is okay. So it actually serves a dual purpose, and keeping the dog safe, or the animal safe, but also keeping the homeowner's belongings safe as well. This is the end of my presentation regarding the Pet Locator 2020, the P-Loc 2020. And just as a summary, the device is a pet location, alarm, and security system all in one. The dog's collar acts as the device and can be controlled by a handheld device that is specific for that particular collar, or an app that can be downloaded from the internet. And it's a way to ensure that the security of your pet, the safety of your pet, and the security of your home are protected at all times. And it's done simply through your pet's activity. Now, the alarm can be silenced from the device. The alarm can be activated from the device. It can serve as just a device to see what's going on just during the day. Just kind of see what your animal's up to, what kind of things they're getting into, whether they're running around or whether they're sedentary and just sleeping all day. And it's just a good way to make sure that you know where your animal is at all times and what's going on around your animal at all times. And there are other devices available that I've found on the internet, and they have pet location devices, but they do not have a pet location device that has the camera for purposes of security and alarm on the dog's collar. They have a pet camera that is also available so that you can see what your dog's up to and what kind of activity is going on to keep them healthy. But there are no devices out there on the market that incorporate all of these features in one. So that is what is unique about the P-Loc 2020. And I appreciate you listening to my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I welcome any comments or feedback on how this device can be improved upon. Thank you for your time.